again, I want to thank you for your participation. I want to assure you that we hear you, I hear you. I'm going to take all of this, we will be sitting down next week, we will read each and every comment that we have received, whether it was a question or simply a comment to say, I agree, I disagree with certain sections. We will run this through the AG's office. We'll have a meeting to see whether or not we are in violation of the. We're going to do what we can. You're our partner in this. We need your feedback in order to make this a very comprehensive bill for the people that we serve.
Can we use the next 50 minutes for more dialogue, or
if there are folks that want to stay around, I don't want to hold folks up.
Of course not. Yeah.
The sort of
I just feel like we have 50 minutes of department time that maybe we could share out more.
Certainly you and I.
And not me, but other people too.
But I'm not going to hold other folks up.
Nobody's held here.
Hold folks on the phone.
I'd like to talk more.
I just have a quick question. Did you say you're going to send out the morning session to those of us so we can hear the comments from the morning session as
Yes.
well? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
The entire audio will
Okay.
be available.
Thank you.
Anything else before?
Well, just real quickly, Yolanda, I mean, you know, you're asking people to send these things to Big Rogers, who has a bias regarding the types of comments that will come in. So that should be going to somebody who's subjective, you know, if they can look at this and then review it and then send it to you and say, these are the comments that I'm getting. So I feel uncomfortable as I'm getting texts from people saying, but if you send them to that, we don't know that the message will get to you.
If you have that concern, you can always
Okay.
email me.
So we're not required to, but it says any person wishing, so, you know, we could let them know that they can also send emails and their comments and concerns to you.
I already get 300 emails a day, but please send your email to me.
Yes, yes.
It will be read. If Rob hasn't said this, he sent me an email at 4 o'clock this morning, and I responded.
Oh, 2 o'clock, no, 2 o'clock, you responded at 4 o'clock.
So he sent it at 2 o'clock, but I responded at 4. I do read.
4:03,
Yes. I do read my email.
yes.
And one thing, I'm sorry, I forget if we did mention this already, but we will also be sending out the final bill draft, so after we incorporate all the feedback. This is not to say, of course, that every single comment and every single suggestion is going to be taken. We'll be working with our team and Rep. Montine and the bill drafter to come up with that final version. As you may have heard in the room, there's feedback on both sides, right? So it's up to us to really weigh that and consider that and consider the suggestions. We may have one word that someone recommended and someone else recommended a different word. We're going to have to pick a word type of thing, but we will be sending that final version. And then after that, of course, you know, it's up to Rep. Montine and the legislature to introduce the bill. This hasn't been introduced yet, and so at that point, you'll have the opportunity still, if you have concerns, to share those through the legislative process.
And just one more thing, when we were at Maureen's house and then candidate Polis showed up, gubernatorial candidate Polis showed up, and we expressed all the concerns, and I said, but you know, and I started calling him governor then, and I said, well, Governor Polis, you know, could you ask, well, what can we do? How do we solve this? He said, you know what? Seek refuge in the court. Go to the courts. Go to the district courts. If that doesn't work, take them to the appeals court. That's what he said directly. Because he said, if this is as bad as this is, he said, that's how you can get change in case law. He said, so he did advise that. So I can't imagine that him looking at it after we went into great depth about what was going on with APS at the time, under 1274, that he's going to approve this. I mean, it just beyond my comprehension that he would sign this as it is.
Again, I appreciate all of your feedback. What I want to do is I want to make sure that folks that want to
They're welcome to leave. Nobody's
Yeah.
being tied in their seat, are they? You guys can
And
leave.
so because we don't have any comments,
I
we
think
don't
I'm
have
going to follow.
anyone that's weighed in, and so what I want to do is go ahead and wrap this up. If you'd like to stick around, we can stick around and you can ask some additional follow-up questions. I just want to assure you that we have heard your comments on both sides.
Can I ask,
And we're going to try to look at those, where we can incorporate those things, we will as we
can I ask DA Walsh a question?
So we're going to wrap up the webinar as well.
See, when you wrap it up early, though, what you're doing is you're not allowing the people on the phone to hear the robust discussion here. So I really don't understand why you're wrapping it up early. If some people want to stay, they can. But
Yeah, we're saying the folks that are here, if you want to leave.
right, but people in Mesa County and out in Lyman can't hear what we're going to discuss if you end it and you turn off the webinar. That's my point.
We don't have to turn it off.
Well, she just said we're winding up the webinar.
She's my boss, you can tell me what to do.
Yeah, we can keep that open.
Okay.
I'm assuming she has a question for you.
Well, I'm just wondering with all these misdemeanors, if they're charged, if the misdemeanors are charged, right? Because people aren't cooperating.
Are we? It's more, that actually sounds like your question.
No, it ties into the earlier question about the, that she made about the misdemeanors charges. I just didn't have more than 3 minutes, so since I stopped for 3 minutes, I wanted to ask that question. My question is, if a bunch of people are charged with, in Denver County, because you're in Denver only, if a bunch of people are charged with misdemeanor level class 1s because they're refusing to cooperate, we're going to create a backlog of cases, correct, for your office to have to investigate, correct?
You know,
We
we
can
have,
give her the public.
Oh, sorry. Forgetting.
so, no, I don't think so. There's been a misdemeanor in existence for failure to control since 2014, and I think less than the fingers on my hand, both hands, the numbers of cases have prosecuted again.
Under that statute.
Through the entire state of Colorado. Likewise, I think that it would be very, very rare for charges to be pursued. But we really haven't had time to consider the full implications of those possible new criminal offences. And I think that we need to look at closely before we could give any more definitive opinion.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, just some people are saying if there was civil disobedience, I should say, by saying I'm not going to speak to this person and have a bunch of cases filed against people, it seems to me like we'd be creating a backlog for other departments. That was my question. Thank you.
Anyone else?